Well, we're back with the double header, and after Portugal put 5 past Uzbekistan, England and Ghana go head-to-head here, and we're off and running. The Gillette Stadium in Boston plays host to England, who are red-hot favourites here, having put 4 past Croatia. Ghana getting very, very lucky against a Panama side. Both sides on 3 points and an opportunity to seal qualification here today. England making 2 changes to their starting 11. Mark Gahey plays as the left-sided centre-half in place of John Stones, and Jed Spence comes in as left-back ahead of Nico O'Reilly, with Reece James and Ezri Konsa continuing that partnership on the right-hand side for Thomas Tuchel's men. With Rice and Anderson in midfield. No change really in terms of the front four as well, with Kane leading the line with Anthony Gordon on the left-hand side. And of course, Jude Bellingham has the number 10 today. Back for part 2 indeed. Welcome to the stream, Gotham. Welcome back indeed. Give me your predictions. Well, England victory, that's for sure. No prize for guessing in terms of that. But it's the margin really. Expecting Thomas Tuchel's side to be a lot more solid defensively today, with the introduction of Mark Gahey ahead of his Manchester City teammate, ex-Manchester City teammate in John Stones. With faith being kept with Noni Madueke as the right winger, will have that electrifying pace to try and stretch that Ghana backline as much as possible. Front three of Jordan Ayew, Inaki Williams on the right-hand side, and Antoine Semenyo for head coach Carlos Queiroz' men. 3-0 to England. I think they might end up conceding one. Wait and see whether or not Antoine Semenyo has got something in store for the English defence. Jed Spence adds a different dynamic on the left-hand side. Does he still have his jaw patched up there? He did suffer that broken jaw after Liam Delap, like a thug, elbowed him in that game at Stamford Bridge. It'll be very interesting to see how Ghana do approach this, especially off the ball. Well, Gotham, you told me the stat in that Portugal-Uzbekistan game that Panama outran Ghana by 18 kilometers, which is absolutely unacceptable at top-level football. Did end up sneaking in a 1-0 victory in stoppage time, with Caleb Irenki scoring to break Panaman hearts. Here's Ezri Konsa. Finds Mark Gahey to Elliot Anderson. Well, Elliot Anderson is certainly going to move from Nottingham Forest in the summer. It's just a matter of what the price Marinakis will demand for his prize midfielder. It looks like Manchester City will have to pay in excess of 120 mil if they want to secure the services of the number 8. Welcome back to the stream, Mr. Manny. Welcome back indeed, sir, for part 2 of the double header. The first game we covered was the Portugal-Uzbekistan game, and that was one-sided, hoping that today's game won't be the same. You want to see a fist of a contest. Last thing that you want to see is these one-sided routes. Portugal were due a big victory, and they really were full value for it. Good football this from England. Here's Jude Bellingham in the pocket. Slightly overhit on that occasion. Jude Bellingham did find that perfect shot into the bottom corner, didn't he? When the scoreline was 2-2, England took the lead on 3 occasions in that match, after Marcus Rashford finally put the seal to the points. Any change for England? 2 changes that Thomas Tuchel has made. Mark Gahey steps in for John Stones and Jed Spence for Nico O'Reilly. Other than that, Thomas Tuchel has gone with the same 9 here on the left-hand side. Is Gideon Mensah. Auxerre fullback. We've got both Gideon Mensah and Marvin Sanaya for Ghana, who both play for Auxerre. There's Jonas Ajiti. Finds Kwasi Sibo. 22nd lad. Oh, there might be through here. He was. Inaki Williams making the late run. Well, Ghana do have a formidable front three. Jordan Ayew does ply his trade for Leicester. Not the most prolific season for him in the championship, just scoring the 6 goals. He is Ghana's all-time top scorer, I think, with 34 goals for Super Eagles. Of course, we'll have to go back to Michael Essien time, won't it? When Ghana were at their absolute best. Yes, they did make the semi-finals in 2010. Was it quarterfinals? Yeah, it was the quarterfinals, wasn't it? Where they lost to Uruguay. Heartbreaking fashion. I'll never forget that Asamoah Gyan penalty, don't we? I mean, all he had to do was just find the bottom corner. He ended up wanting to hit the cover off the ball, smashed it against the crossbar, and then remember Luis Suarez, who handled the ball in goal for the concession of the penalty, the way he celebrated after Asamoah Gyan missed his pen, and then, of course, Uruguay winning in extra time. Lost to the Dutch. Remember that Giovanni Van Bronckhorst goal? Was it? I think that was against Uruguay, wasn't it, in the semi-finals? I have to roll back the Rolodex, but that really was a special goal by Van Bronckhorst, who's now a coach. You've seen him as assistant coach too. Free kick for England. Declan Rice on set-piece duty, as he always is. Did put in that lovely corner for Harry Kane for England's second. Cleared away by Ghana. Well, Madueke gives the ball away. Jordan Ayew is trying to start a counter-attack there, but Anthony Gordon, fantastic work defensively to help out. Big game is for Anthony Gordon. Thought he dropped a really poor performance against Croatia. He was rightfully hooked for Rashford. And then, of course, Rashford ended up scoring off the bench. Chelsea buying Palestra. Look at the salary we're offering him, man. Seems pretty excessive. I mean, I haven't watched him in depth, but I will end up watching a few compilations. But if that's a signing that Xabi Alonso's asked for, we'll have to back it. But we'll wait and see how that turns out. I'm trying to check out from Chelsea for another month at least. Out of heartburn and just high BP they gave me for 9 months. It's been great to watch the World Cup as a neutral. Here's Ezri Konsa. Reece James. Seems that he will continue marauding down the right-hand side. That's a foul surely by Jude Bellingham. I think Bellingham, certainly does commit the foul there. Jerome Opoku gets there ahead of the number 10. There's a lot of conversation pre-tournament as to who's going to start as the number 10, wasn't it, between Morgan Rogers and Jude Bellingham, and it looked like over the qualification and the games that England were playing under Thomas Tuchel, it seems that Morgan Rogers was that guy for Thomas Tuchel, but come on, man, I mean, Jude Bellingham is just a cut above, isn't he? Palestra Manny, Italian wingback, plays for Atalanta. Right wingback, I think is his preferred position. Can play right back too. Certainly an interesting call, whether or not we end up seeing him, because we do have Reece and Malo Gusto in that position, so fair to see where Palestra really fits in terms of a starting piece. Chelsea need some starters. So they need some real quality heading into next season. Again, the spine is good, but Chelsea's wide areas can certainly improve, and Palestra might be that guy for Xabi Alonso. Shocked that Gordon's starting this game. Yep, Gordon had an absolute stinker against Croatia. But Thomas Tuchel does like him. Good dummy there by Gordon, who continues his run. Here is Anthony Gordon, immediately shut down. Barcelona spent big on the Newcastle winger. A lot of eyebrows were raised, but you can understand why with Anthony Gordon's profile. With Lamine Yamal, Rafinha all attracting a lot of attention on the pitch. Does leave a lot of space on that left-hand side for Anthony Gordon. He is a pressing machine. 6 foot plus as well. That's a rare profile for that kind of pace, physicality. Saw Marcus Rashford scoring goals for Barcelona. Can understand why the likes of Bayern Munich and even Barcelona were looking for the profile of Anthony Gordon, but he needs to improve. Here's Harry Kane. Lovely feat this. England playing some decent stuff in and around the Ghana box. Just slightly overhit there for Gideon Mensah. Kasi Sibo on that left-hand side as the number 8. Again, he has to try and keep a close eye on Jude Bellingham there. Both him and Thomas Partey, especially Thomas Partey, the number 5. He's going to be the one who's going to have to shield the back 4. And keep that close eye on Jude Bellingham. Here's Elliot Anderson. Looks like Anderson is the deeper midfielder with Declan Rice pushing forward. Konsa. Oni Madueke. Ezri Konsa again. Looks like Ezri Konsa is going to be that starting right-sided centre-half for Thomas Tuchel, and that left-sided centre-half position is between John Stones and Mark Gahey. I think as the tournament goes on, Mark Gahey will be the preferred option because John Stones can't run anymore. Oni Madueke with a speculative ball into the box. It's all England in terms of possession and territory. Anderson finds Noni. Reece James making the underlap here, operating in those half spaces. Reece with that right foot, so dangerous. As soon as he gets the ball, you can see the likes of Harry Kane, his eyes lighting up, and Anthony Gordon making that run at the far post. Here's Gahey. Elliot Anderson. Anderson with a nice looking switch. Madueke now looking to go 1v1 against Gideon Mensah. Madueke shifts on his left foot. Clever pass onto the right hand side. Reece James cutback chance. Well defended by Ghana. Wharton from Palace incoming, Manny? To Chelsea? Nah, I don't think that's going to happen. All depends on Enzo Fernandez. Whether or not he decides to move to... Well, not he decides. Well, Real Madrid decide to take him from Chelsea. Moves just die when they got to Madueke. I mean, you've seen this before with Noni Madueke. He's got the raw materials, he's got the tools, but his decision making in the final third so unpredictable that makes it very difficult as a team to really link up. He does stretch the pitch down that right hand side. Same thing what Anthony Gordon does. We're almost expecting Rashford and Saka to be the starting wingers, but it looks like, well, at least, or maybe Thomas Tuchel is playing the long game here. Give Noni Madueke starts in the group because England do have a comfortable group stage. And as the tournament progresses, go with Bukayo Saka on the right-hand side. But Bukayo Saka, for all the excellent play that he's got on his left foot, he does not have Noni Madueke's pace and acceleration, especially after those couple of big injuries that Saka suffered when he was at Arsenal. So maybe, just maybe, Noni Madueke might end up being the starting right winger throughout the tournament. Benjamin Asare. He looks 40 plus at least, man. Ghana, number 73 in the world. It's pretty poor ranking for a side that should be much higher. I mean, so Uzbekistan ranked number 50. Ghana surely with the heritage, the lineage, and the players that they have playing in the Prem. Declan Rice with the strike. Oh, always rising. Struck that well. Reece James just laid it off nicely for the midfielder. Declan Rice does strike that well. This England jersey has a strong whiff of the AC Milan CL winning jersey of 07. The red fluorescent lettering, one of my favorite kits. The AC Milan 07. Yep, the white and the red, which they won the Champions League with. Filippo Inzaghi scoring a brace in the final. I do remember one of those goals did come off his arm. It might have been chalked off in today's era. But AC Milan were definitely due a Champions League, especially after they threw away a 3-0 lead in Istanbul. Harry Kane getting a sore one. Jonas Arjite just going through the back of the England skipper. 81 goals for Harry Kane, who started off his World Cup campaign with a brace. One from the spot and one from a corner. John Terry in attendance behind Infantino. Harry Kane probably wanted a yellow card there for the centre half. And he went for the ball. Slightly unfortunate that he ended up catching the England skipper. Infantino is at every game. Again, somebody check his private jet miles. He is absolutely smoking it. Every game, every city, he's there. But front and center, air miles must be nuts. Well, do not forget not to use plastic straws though. Here's Declan Rice, Anthony Gordon, Elliot Anderson, deflection. Noni Madueke can't get there first. Cleared away. Well, this is the best case scenario really from Ghana's point of view. They've barely had a kick of the ball, but Benjamin Asare in goal has not been troubled. Looks like England will continue to be a second half team in the tournament because of their physicality and running power. Shocking shot there from Gordon. Yeah, Gordon's got to pull his socks up, man. Just feels like his position will be first. Oh, what a pass that is by Reece James to Anthony Gordon. Brilliant stuff there by the Chelsea skipper. Here's Gordon now, twisting and turning. Anthony Gordon goes backwards. What a waste. Elliot Anderson now. Reece James must be fuming. Jet Spence on the overlap. On his left foot. Decent cutback. Declan Rice. Declan Rice with the strike. Well defended by Jonas Ariche. Corner for England. Well, England are cranking up the pressure. Jet Spence, a natural right footer, but seen him play left wing back, left back for Spurs. You can understand why Thomas Tuchel likes Jet Spence because of his ability to fill in both at right and left back. Getting a start here today ahead of Nico O'Reilly. Corner for England as Declan Rice lines this one up here. Already has an assist, that combination between Rice and Kane for the second England goal. These Rice in-swingers are very, very deadly. From the far side though, Rice delivers. Good defending there. Should be able to clear. Antoine Semenyo trying to lead a counter-attack, but Reece James will start off a quick throw-in. Ghana have barely touched the ball, man. Thomas Partey, Fasi Sibu and Caleb Urenki have not been in action whatsoever. Here's Elliot Anderson between the lines, punches it to Jude Bellingham. Reece James on the right-hand side, shimmies and shakes. Reece James shrugs off the challenge. What a ball that is. It's headed away. That should be a foul there by Ezri Konsa. It is, and it could be a yellow card very easily there because Ezri Konsa has got a hold of Andre Ayew. Jordan Ayew, rather. Andre Ayew's brother. Jordan Ayew, again, another player who looks easily in his 40s. He's been around for a long, long time. Didn't Thomas Partey have problems getting into the US? Or was it... Oh, sorry, he had problems getting into Canada. No such issues getting into Boston. Mark Gahey, he's so quick, isn't he? I mean, Inaki Williams is rapid on that right-hand side, but for Mark Gahey to not even be at full clip and make the ground, excellent. And that's why I felt that, yep, John Stones got the start against Croatia, but about that 60-65 minute mark, you did see Mark Gahey coming on. And Mark Gahey and Ezri Konsa is pretty sure it's going to end up as the centre-half pairing for Thomas Tuchel. Adam says favorite thing to watch is African wingers naturalized in European countries coming up against African defenders because Madueke is killing me. The defender is not bothered. Yep, it's almost like they know, right, with Madueke. Yeah, they see those quick wingers. You can see the quick running, powerful running style, push and run style. Yep, no such guile from Madueke's point of view. He does drop the shoulder and, try and go on the outside, but final ball needs a lot of work. Manny liked that comment. Manny. There's chuckles early on. It's been very little in terms of goal mouth action. England bossing the play. It's been like 90% possession doesn't flatter England at this stage. Ghana have come here to park the bus. I don't think it's by choice. They would love to play some football. We know that Thomas Partey is very efficient in trying to screen the back foot and, turn facing goal. Kind of had absolutely no opportunity to play here. Jordan Ayew with the foul on Mark Gahey. Here's Madueke up against Gideon Mensah. Reece James now has got a bit of space. Reece puts in a decent delivery on that occasion. Comfortable for Benjamin Asare. Reece James will continue to make that run in those half spaces all evening long. Ghanaian fans making the trip to Boston. It's a brilliant stadium, isn't it? The Gillette Stadium in Boston, Massachusetts. Home of the Patriots. Well, Reece James gets a knock on the head. Ooh, it's a nasty collision with Jordan Ayew. It's the second time we have seen head-on-head collision. First time with Harry Kane, this time with Reece James. Thankfully for Reece, it's nothing to do with the legs or the hamstring. Thomas Tuchel in deep discussion with his two talismen, Bellingham and Harry Kane. Yet to trouble Benjamin Asari in goal. 20 minutes on the clock. Can they consider this as the hydration break? Because after this, if they take another hydration break, would be criminal. It's the only strike that England have had in anger that was Declan Rice, with a fizzer of a drive, but always over the crossbar. Anthony Gordon, again 20 minutes of play and nothing really from the England wingers. They're offering a lot of P&P, but in terms of quality, it's really lacking. Carlos Queiroz, I think this is the second time he's coming up against England in the World Cup. Saw him when he was Portugal boss. Did have a stint in the Middle East too, didn't he? England occupying Ghanaian territories like the 1800s. Old habits die hard. Bit of a colonist joke there by Gotham, as Reece James still on the ground. Bit concerning. I would love it if Thomas Tuchel takes Reece James off here. And if that does happen, Reece James, he's strong as an ox. There's no way he's going to come off or anything unless it's super serious. But if James does come off, it feels like Jet Spence will just shift to right back and Nico O'Reilly will be introduced. England fans were treated to an excellent second half against Croatia. Reece James, it's going to take a lot to move the tank as Jordan Ayew gets patched up. Hydration break almost coinciding with a medical timeout. Should be off and running here, but this is the best case scenario for Ghana. They've barely seen the ball, and even though that's happened, the keeper has been completely untroubled. So good stuff from Ghana's point of view. England need to just step it up. They're going to try and beat down the door with relentless energy as rain started to pour here at the Gillette Stadium. Does make things very interesting. We did see a stoppage when France were taking on Iraq. Was it at the same stadium? Probably. Kwasi Sibo will get things up and running. I think this should be just a drop ball here. Ayew's been patched up. Reece James, they took their time, made sure they followed all the concussion protocols. Hopefully, we're off and running. Nah, I don't think this is going to be a hydration break after this one. Surely not. If they keep a hydration break after that, I wouldn't be shocked, but it would be scandalous. I think the ball should be England's. Yep, Mark Gahey wants to throw in. They're going to get it. Everyone's having a drink. Yeah, exactly. You cannot have a hydration break stoppage after this one, man. It would be scandalous. But not at the least surprising. So we fully expect play to stop in a couple of minutes because it's about 25th minute. Players took a drink. Coach had a word with the players. That's a hydration break in my books. I'm sure Baldy Infantino wants some of that revenue going here as good tracking back there. Madueke does stretch that pitch, but can't get it under control as Elliot Anderson looking to pull the strings. Both England centre halves again deep in Ghana territory. Jet Spence finding Anthony Gordon. Gordon now. Sibo clears. Declan Rice gets there first. Might have been a foul. Sibo. Ooh, it's not really convincing. Reece James picks up the loose pass. Bellingham back to James. Elliot Anderson. Bellingham. Good football this by England. Bellingham now takes the scenic route. Finds Reece James. And James has not hugged the touchline once here. That's the job of Noni Madueke. Now James in the half space. James delivers, but no elevation, no direction on it. Lovely touch there by Semenyo, but shut down immediately by Elliot Anderson. But Mark Gahey, get things up and running. Boys, I don't want to jinx it, but I don't think there's a hydration break. Common sense has prevailed. I think the ad guys botched it there. Maybe they didn't get the communication because it happened much earlier. Have Ghana even made 10 passes? I don't think they have, man. It's been so poor from them. Oh, they are going to call the hydration break. These criminals. These absolute criminals. That's like 6 minutes gone, right? 6 minutes just vanishes immediately from the game. You're going to see 6 minutes of added on time. I mean, okay, we're borrowing so many things from American sports, right? We have to borrow the most important one, which is to stop the clock. That has to be, I mean, exactly. FIFA is not leaving money on the table. How naive, right? But yeah, if there's one thing, we're adopting a lot of things from the US sports. I mean, for fuck's sake, all the Premier League big boy owners are American, but we simply have to get the watch stoppage, time stop when the game's not happening, because it just has to happen. Because if they're going to bring the hydration break to the Premier League, which I would not be, just stop the clock. Exactly. It is so easy. You don't have to worry about stoppage time even. I mean, just 90 minutes of football, you know. We don't see stoppage time anymore. 90 minutes, game over. He's going to have to do it, because we're going to see 6 minutes of stoppage time. The game has barely seen like 20. I mean, it's been really poor. England need to step it up here, because they're going to have to step it up in terms of bringing entertainment value. I know Thomas Tuchel does not care about entertainment. He's all about winning games, but this first half has put me to sleep. It's nearly 2 a.m. in India, and I'm bored. Fucking hell. Hydration break after that lengthy break. This is 2 tactical breaks that they're getting here. And that's the thing, right? They say that, maybe they'll have to judge it based on temperatures, or temperatures is going to have to determine whether or not hydration breaks is going to have to. No, it's not, because it's not just a hydration advantage. It's a team talk, man. It's a halfway point of the halftime whistle, team talk. And if you don't think having a chat with your coach is valuable during the game, what are we even doing here? So that's 2 times that Thomas Tuchel has had an opportunity to have a word with his guys in terms of tweaking stuff, making adjustments, or giving clear-cut instructions. We're just bringing more and more set pieces. I mean, soon we're going to stop the game for the set pieces, get the set piece coach, have a huddle with the player at the side. Next step is the toilet break, because the players drank too much water or Gatorade. I mean, they've opened the floodgates now. I mean, it's the Pandora's box, right? Now they can start. They're like, let's soft launch this one. Absolute criminals, these guys. But we're off and running again. Come on, we need a goal. Okay, I jinxed the hydration break, but so far, touch wood, every stream, every watch along, we've seen goals. That streak has to continue. Yes, I don't cover every game, but every watch along I do, at least a solitary goal. That's all we ask for. No 0-0 draws, man. Fuck no. Ghana need to wake up here, because, I mean, if they're happy just parking the bus, showing absolutely no intent to play football, it's up to England to try and break this open. Again, who's breaking open the deep block for England? This team is meant for runners, like Kane dropping in, runners on both sides. I mean, Kane is pretty much useless. You talked about the number of touches that Ghana have had. Ghana have not had the ball. England have had everything. How many touches has Kane had? Is that a fair question? I think it is. And your team for 30 minutes has just hogged the ball and have done nothing really with it. And your centre forward is just dropping in midfield, a light cardio sesh. Yes, he comes alive as the game goes on, but come on, man. Again, where's the creativity? Who's got that pass over the top? I mean, I'll be the first one to admit that Cole Palmer did not have a good season, but a profile like Cole Palmer is so rare. Like, I mean, he made his bed, now he's going to have to live with it. But yeah, I mean, say someone like Morgan Rogers, Rashford, or Morgan Rogers and Rashford, the two obvious subs that we're looking at, comes on. What's going to change? Nothing really. If you're going to be playing with the 3-10s against a low block, the depth in the half space players have to come deeper to create combination play, and pivot has to progress through to open up Ghana. Kobe would be ideal here. I mean, Kobe Mainoo, we found out against Croatia the pecking order that he is in, because it's Rice, Anderson, and if one of them comes off, Bellingham drops in into the pivot, and if there's a change there, Reece James shifts from right back to midfield. So it looks like Kobe Mainoo, as it stands, is fifth choice centre midfielder. But I don't think Mainoo solves this one either. I mean, yes, England might move the ball. Elliot Anderson has had a good game. There's nothing that he's done wrong. He's pretty much ticked every box. He's also playing those nice punchy line breakers as well. So I don't think Kobe Mainoo, maybe with his dribbling, but again, his dribbling is useful like at the halfway line, to beat the press. Ghana have no interest in playing the ball. Everybody's just dropping deep. So they need somebody to, I understand what you say with Kobe Mainoo or like a Adam Wharton profile, right, to open up this midfield. It's the forward line, man, because the midfield's doing their job of giving the balls to the forwards. It's dying on both wings, though. Madueke and Gordon have done absolutely nothing in terms of service. And Harry Kane, again, boys, give me the stats here. How many touches does Harry Kane have had? I mean, I don't believe everything that I see on SofaScore or FootMob, but sometimes I feel like a player's had 2 touches and you open the app and it's suddenly like 15, 20 touches and you're like, what the fuck? I did not see the rest of them. But how many touches really has Harry Kane had? Touches of substance, 0, but touches in total, I'm not sure. Here's Madueke trying to jink around Mensah. He gets shut down immediately. Jude Bellingham with a strike, immediately shut down. Reece James back to Jude. Here's Jed Spence. Always has to check in to be on his favoured right foot. Shifts it onto the right-hand side for Noni Madueke. Reece James with the foil. Decent ball in. Again, Harry Kane trying to ghost at the far stick. Mensah strong and reads the challenge, but has to be careful here. He's taking a risk and he gets the foul. Good play there by Gideon Mensah. Well, Ghana will absolutely love it going into halftime at 0-0. Yep, foul there by Elliot Anderson. And England can be a bit braver here. Chaliban, for a reason, he's Amram's idol. Again, the 2 principles that Thomas Tuchel talks about, and I know that because of when he was used to manage Chelsea, is possession and control. He loves these 2 things. He demands it. He craves for it. He wants control of the games. It's not always pretty on the eye, but it is dominant stuff. And then it's almost like the forward players will have to problem solve. But the problem with that is Tuchel's talent ID in terms of forward players is a bit suspect. Because the way he coaches a defense and midfield is all elite. All elite. Remember Chelsea, where season after we won the Champions League, where we had an excellent defense, midfield was solid, but the forward line, we had Lukaku, Mount, Havertz, Werner, Pulisic, even Hakim Ziyech to it. And number of times that we see what we're seeing with England is just the attack just dying out. So you know that Thomas Tuchel is coaching the hell out of the 60 yards. It's the final 30 where the players have to pretty much take it upon themselves. Try and open up, but there's just no creativity in England's midfield or forward line. And the longer this goes on, Harry Kane is just going to drop deeper and deeper into midfield. So I don't see how this gets better for England. They need a stroke of luck. Ghana, you better not commit a penalty. You better not commit a foul in the box and concede a pen. I hate it when teams put their life and soul in terms of protecting something or trying to keep an opponent out and somebody makes a stupid challenge in the box. Ghana's 32 passes to England's 240. And I'd argue that both teams have had 0 passes of real consequence. Sensational parking. Got to say it. Yep. I mean, job done from Ghana's point of view. Turbo Tino. Glory days indeed. Where is he? I think he plays for New York. I know he's in the MLS. Here's Madueke. Goes on the outside with ease. Clips the ball for Declan Rice. Over the crossbar. Kiro's got a spot next to Amram in the International Criminal Court. But this is the perfect tactic, man. Let England just, punch out, tire themselves out because, again, another ball into the box. Harry Kane is nowhere near it. Tuchel cannot be happy with this first half. Ghana just continue to do so. I mean, oh my goodness, some of the passing, though, is just criminal from Ghana. They've got a decent front line, man. Like, try and feed them some balls. I don't know. Is that asking too much? Thomas Partey, I mean, where the fuck are you? How are you not demanding the ball and finding passes to your forward area? You're supposed to be the leader. This is a criminal performance from him. And, I mean, pun intended, no pun intended, but it's terrible. It's not just Jude. Nobody in the forward line has done too much. And, again, Jude is a player when bit of space opens up, his running and dribbling ability comes to the fore. We saw that with the third goal against Croatia where he just continued his run on the right-hand side and found an angular finish. This is a deep block here and none of the front three behind Harry Kane knows how to solve a deep block. Yeah, exactly, Manny. Criminal performance indeed from Thomas Partey. This has been brilliant from Ghana, man. More power to them. Super Eagles have just shut up shop. Do Barca have the receipt for Gordon? Gordon's going to be he's going to be a smashing hit in La Liga, man. I mean, it's obvious because when they've got Rafinha and Lamine Yamal, all that attention is going to be on that side of the pitch. And Gordon's going to have all that space on that left-hand side. But again, as a starter, I'm not sure. I think they're going to end up keeping Rafinha on the left, Lamine Yamal on the right, and Dani Olmo as the number 10. Ferran Torres, by the looks of it, will be the number 9. But Barcelona are threatening to make moves in the striker department after Robert Lewandowski signed off. Gordon goes like 4 months every season without scoring and assisting. Yeah, this season I think was his poorest in terms of a return. But more than the player, it's the profile that Barcelona have got. Should have bought Rio on the plane. Exactly. I mean, Rio Ngumua is a maverick talent. I mean, Chelsea really did drop the ball with him. I can say that with utmost confidence. Even on that left-hand side, again, he offers something different because Rashford and Gordon is just the same thing. And that's pretty much what Barcelona have done too. It's gone for a like-for-like substitution or replacement. Someone like Rio Ngumua just opens the game with his electric dribbling. Again, just England just running out of ideas. You know they're running out of ideas when Jude Bellingham is breaking his neck, making his run into the box, and they're just trying to feed this over the top. I think Barcelona should go for Delap, 55 mil only. Cash to see Delap at Barca. It's what the satanic institution deserves. Even they're not so stupid enough. Even though they've made some extremely questionable purchases over the years. Hansi Flick getting the carte blanche by the looks of it in terms of the signings. Back-to-back La Ligas for the German. Under 5 minutes remaining, and this game has just been... I mean, it's just not right. It's just not right. For all the quality on show, for neither one of these teams to show up. That's the first time that Ghana have played with a bit of composure. Congratulations, lad. There you go, Thomas Partey. Demand. Look at him hiding. Thomas Partey is just hiding behind Harry Kane, man. Fuck off. I can see that. I know when a player is hiding. Just unwilling to receive the ball. That's going to be a yellow card for Declan Rice. Exuberant challenge there, trying to make things happen. You see that? Why is Thomas Partey... I mean, his team have the ball here. Harry Kane is here. Thomas Partey is behind him. What the fuck? What purpose does that serve? That is so bad. I mean, Carlos Queiroz has to just hold Thomas Partey by the collar and say, fix up. He doesn't have to do anything like groundbreaking as well. Just demand for the ball, pop it around the corner, 1-2 touch. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Burger performance. The Ghanaian fans would not have been entertained. Looked like Thomas Tuchel has aged a couple of years on the sidelines. He doesn't want to get booed. I mean, that's something. Here's Semenyo. Decent move. It's Antoine Semenyo. Shoot, man. I mean, you can understand why he takes the extra touch because he's going to be shut down. But finally, Ghana wake up. Oh, he doesn't want to get booed. That's the purpose of hiding. Yeah, makes sense. Well, fuck off. If you don't want to get booed, don't be on the pitch. I mean, if you don't want to be booed, probably don't commit the crimes that you did. Semenyo with the throw-in. Kobe Mainu and Eberiche Eze warming up on the sidelines as Semenyo flings this ball into the box. Semenyo has another opportunity though, sizing up Noni Madueke. Here's the Manchester City winger. Semenyo goes on the outside, trying to make things happen, and he'll get a corner. Finally, Ghana. Looks like they've woken up here. Last touch coming off the Chelsea skipper. And Reece James has completely nullified Antoine Semenyo. No shame in that, Antoine. Reece James pretty much locks up every winger that he comes up against. Well, Ghana have shown little to no intent in terms of attacking, but they've got a corner here on the stroke of half-time. Did see England concede against Croatia pretty much the last kick of the first half. Decent enough corner, but cleared away by Ezri Konza. Reece James clears. Look at the height and distance that Reece James gets just on a light side foot there, man. He's just got dynamite in that right boot of his. Again, how many touches has Kane had, boys? Come on. Yeah, Kudus has been injured for a long, long time. He's been injured for a good part of the year. Didn't see him for Spurs under De Zerbi or... who was that? Igor Tudor? Yeah, didn't see him for either coach. Yeah, they need some sort of help. Even Inaki Williams, I mean, again, wing options are decent, man. Williams and Antoine Semenyo, no scrubs. Semenyo is a top attacker. Inaki Williams is good. Again, not the best for Bilbao in terms of production. 3 goals and 6 assists for him, but player with a lot of potential. Queiroz figuring out how Ghana can bring another body back. 11 players with 30 meters of goal is too much of a risk. Jude Bellingham again. It's only Jude, man, who's trying to make things happen in the box. Look at the difference between his hunger to get into the box and Harry Kane's. fact that everybody just glazes Harry Kane. Look at how far. Look at the distance between Bellingham and Harry Kane in that attack, man. It's fucking criminal. When your number 10 is making that run and he's got like 20, 25 yards on Harry Kane. Kane has done zero in terms of trying to stretch the pitch. I mean, yes, we know he can't stretch it. He's got no pace about him, but at least try and peel away a bit of movement. This is a ghost sesh. We talked about Thomas Partey's ghost sesh, right? That's in midfield. Yeah, I understand Jules' hero ball gene, but what option does he have? He's looking at his centre forward making 0 runs. I'll absolutely give it. Yeah, do a bit of hero ball because look at that, man. Look at Harry Kane. 6 minutes of added on time. Come on, guys, give me the stats. How many touches for Harry Kane? We've got 45 minutes on the board. We talked about Ghana having, 32 passes completed, which I thought was very high to suggest with. But come on, Harry Kane, how many touches? How many passes? Surely not double digits, man. It's just him and Thomas Partey in a who hides best. This is Arsenal versus Tottenham fraudulence. Elliot Anderson, Ezri Konza. It looks like we might just end up getting our first goalless game, but I'm sure England will improve in the second half. Here's James. Ezri Konza. Mark Gahey. They can pretty much bring Jordan Pickford to the halfway line here at this point. 4.5 minutes remaining. England's so pedestrian on the ball, but Jude looking to make things happen. Here's Madueke. Poor, but somehow reaches Jude. Jude having to again take a scenic route. It's not going to work for him. Again, I don't want to just applaud effort, right? Because effort is bare minimum in football. So, like, Jude putting in effort should not, draw a lot of applause. But just the contrast between Jude Bellingham and Harry Kane in terms of effort in this first half has just been chalk and cheese, heaven and hell. And this doesn't change in the second half either because Ghana will continue to park the bus. They can take a draw. A draw for Ghana is outstanding, mind you. They'll be on 4 points after 2 games, so this doesn't change with Rashford or Rodgers coming on. Unless Morgan Rodgers shoots from distance and finds the top corner from, 25 yards. If that's the tactic, fair enough, but just might feel like an outside shout, but again, I'm looking at trickery, I'm looking at creativity, and maybe it's Jude Bellingham coming in and that, Kane might have an opportunity. Harry Kane with a strike, finally having a shot, but immediately shut down. Corner for England. 6 touches. Yes, get in. Told you. Below double digits. We'll make that 7 now. But I just knew it. Yeah, just nothing, man. And the criminal aspect. I can't hold Ghana under too much, because they're playing against a superior side. So they're not going to get too many touches or passes. But when your team has fucking 80-85% of the ball and your center forward has 6 touches, you used to hammer Lukaku for this shit, man. He'll end up scoring at some point, but he's going to cost England when the tournament really matters. Declan Rice with the delivery. It's cleared away quite comfortably. Yeah, exactly. 7 touches, including that. That was his first shot. And that too, he just was in an impossible angle, really. Just head down, shoot. Again, the solution for me, by the looks of it, is Jude Bellingham dropping into midfield. Either one of Anderson or Rice comes off. It doesn't really matter at this point, but I feel like Eberiche Eze in the number 10 might make things happen. Here's Madueke. I mean, what are you even trying to do there? What purpose does that serve? It's just trying too much. The wing play in this match has been shocking. 0. 0 out of 10. All 4 wingers. Gordon, Madueke, Semenyo, Williams. Hang your heads in shame. terrible wing performance from both squads. Noni zero sense in the final. Exactly, he has. It's just his brain is too quick, or his feet is too quick. Something's too quick for him. He wants things to happen, and he's unpredictable. His teammates don't know when the pass is arriving because Noni doesn't know when he's gonna deliver the ball. So it's impossible. Nobody's making that front post run because you don't know when the pass is coming. So it's crazy. Messi was getting more active than this guy. It's crazy how much he gets defended. Harry Kane can get away with murder in England, man. Can Ballon d'Or shouts and all. I mean, ugh, greatest ever goal scorer for England. I mean, it should be a bit shameful for them to say that, considering all the strikers England have had in the past and have actually taken England deep. Because Harry Kane, when it matters the most, the clutch moments, the ghost sesh that he put. I'm not going to, like, if he scores, yeah, well played, right? Fair play. He's going to end up scoring. But like I said, when it matters the most, in a quarter-final, semi-final game, are you scoring the first goal? Are you scoring the winner? Are you just piling on? Worst match I've seen in this World Cup. It's just been terrible, man. And I'm holding England accountable, not Ghana. Ghana doing exactly what they should be doing here. Make no mistake about it. They're going to try and take this game as deep as possible. As the referee blows the halftime whistle, there is zero analysis from me in terms of this halftime. It has been shocking from England, man. Harry Kane. Harry Kane and Thomas Partey. Ghost sessions from the ex-Tottenham and Arsenal players, man. Just terrible. It's been a honking first. It's been just terrible. I got nothing to say, lads. I'll be back in 15 minutes because this game does not deserve to be dissected for what we have seen in that first half. It's been a shower of shit. It's been terrible. 0-0 at the Gillette Stadium in Boston. Well, that was pretty much one of the worst first halves you've seen in the World Cup so far. Absolutely nothing to report, nothing to talk about. It's just lackluster from both sides. All we can say is it's been the worst winger performance in a match. All four wingers have just been a no-show, really. It's been a shocking game, and it has to improve in the second 45 minutes. We saw Thomas Tuchel, and the English media, of course, love to hype up stuff, and they gave Thomas Tuchel an incredible amount of praise for the way England turned up in the second half against Croatia. I mean, it didn't take too much rocket science because Croatia had pretty much a couple of players in their 40s playing against peak English fitness. So I wouldn't go that far. We want to see whether or not they have something different in terms of trying to unlock a Ghanaian side who showed zero intent of attacking themselves. But in terms of achieving the first objective, absolutely spot on from Carlos Queiroz' men. We do know that England have got plenty of options on the bench. They can make like-for-like changes on the wings. They can bring Rashford and Saka on. They can bring Morgan Rogers, but I don't see how Jude Bellingham is coming off unless Jude Bellingham drops into the pivot position with either Anderson or Rice being sacrificed and Rogers or Eberiche Eze coming in as the number 10 to try and unlock this Ghanaian midfield and defense, which have been super solid. Benjamin Asari in goal. No saves to make. We've seen a couple of efforts from Declan Rice that have risen over the crossbar, but other than that, Ghana have done very well. Harry Kane has had 7 touches in that first half. Terrible performance from the England skipper for a team that have bossed the game, have had more than 80% of the ball. For your centre forward, your skipper, to have 7 touches in the match, it's pretty poor, and that certainly has to change in the second half. The attacks have pretty much died out on the wings too because Madueke and Gordon, they've continued to be underwhelming in those forward positions. It almost feels like a matter of time before Thomas Tuchel's patience runs out. Tuchel does have his favourites and he'll continue playing them, but something's got to give. England's bench, much more powerful than Ghanaians, but the Ghanaians will have a party here if they can try and sneak a point, which will bring them that much closer to automatic qualifications. Well, the Ghana front three get very little service. Semenyo trying to drag his team forward. Him and Inaki Williams need to certainly improve. They do have Suleimana on the bench. Seen him play for Southampton, who's an electric left winger. If we see that Williams is continuing to struggle, maybe Semenyo can push onto the right-hand side where he plays for Manchester City, and Suleimana can come onto the left-hand side, and Williams can maybe play through the centre. Jordan Ayew, skipper. He's got a band-aid wrapped around his head, but other than that, he's really struggled in the match. Well, second 45 minutes coming up. Well, somebody had a prediction of a 3-0 to England, and that really would surprise me. But with England and how Ghana have set up, all England have to do is pretty much get the first goal, and that should be enough. Maybe as the second half wears on, Ghana will come up more and more, and spaces will open up, and that's when someone like Jude Bellingham becomes a real threat. Carlos Queiroz has dropped in a defensive masterclass so far to restrict England to very little despite having so much of the ball. England forwards will have to step up. The defence and midfield have done their job, but the forward areas is where the England attack has died out in this first half. Again, it's been Declan Rice who's been doing the shooting, and it's time for Harry Kane to step up and do some of that. Well, the doubleheader watch-along featuring Portugal and England delivering 2 different types of games. Portugal were utterly dominant against a hapless Uzbekistan side, coached by Fabio Cannavaro. That ended up 5-0 with Cristiano Ronaldo scoring a brace and getting his World Cup up and running. England and Ghana have served up a 0-0 draw so far. Reece James and Noni Madueke didn't play too much during their time at Chelsea. Reece James did suffer a lot of those injuries when Noni Madueke was starting as the right winger for Chelsea. Well, both sets of players are back out there at the Gillette Stadium in Boston. Look, Ghana have ticked off objective 1. They have shown that they can defend deep and keep that clean sheet. Now it's all about trying to progress the ball. Thomas Partey, I'm looking at you in the second half. Do you show for the ball or you do continue hiding behind Harry Kane? As we're set for the start of the second half, it surely can't get worse than the opening 45 minutes as we're off and running at the Gillette Stadium. Well, Ghana showed little to no intent in terms of playing ball. England, for all the ball that they've had, showed very little in terms of attacking threat. We know Thomas Tuchel likes the solidity, likes the solid base. Rice and Anderson has certainly provided that. I mean, they have not let any Ghanaian attack flourish. They've stopped them at source. Carlos Queiroz will be demanding a little bit more bravery on the ball. Longer this stays 0-0, just feels like it could be Ghana's game. They pinched one where they did not deserve it against Panama. That's a decent looking line breaker, but trying to break a couple of lines with that pass. But Reece James there to intercept. Now, these are the patterns that England cannot fall into. We saw this early in the first half as well, where centre half, centre midfielders, sideways, backwards passing. Everything's got to be forward with that momentum now. Talked about options on the bench. Rashford, Saka, Rogers, Eberiche Eze, Ollie Watkins. That's enough in terms of firepower to break open this Ghanaian defence at least once. Here's Gordon. He's been hacked down there. Surely a foul there by Marvin Sanaya. Oxia right back. Him alongside Gideon Mensah. Mensah a little bit more in terms of the defensive work he's had to put. Here's Jet Spence. Keeps it short to Mark Yehi. Continue to remain patient. Nothing really changes from Thomas Tuchel's side, but the passing has to be a lot more crisper, all bit forward. Here's Reece James. Madueke now. Madueke takes his time to go backwards. Here's Elliot Anderson now with the switch. Jet Spence trying to win the ball back. I mean, England need to do something better. And something's got to give, really, from their point of view. They cannot continue playing in the same vein, in the same manner. Now win the ball in midfield, and Semenyo can run now for the first time in the match. Look who it is marking him. It's Jude Bellingham, though. Semenyo, brilliant from Jude. He's just all action, man. He is just a supreme player. Harry Kane gets robbed in midfield. That is criminal from Kane, man. Jude Bellingham should have an absolute go at him. I track the run of Semenyo. I get there. I win the ball back. I give it to you, and you give it away immediately. Shocking. Harry Kane has dropped a monumental stinker, man. Here's Bellingham now. Madueke. Jeremy Opoku finds Jonas Ajite. Marvin Sanaya now. Gordon pressing well, but doesn't seem like England have learned any of their lessons. This was Semenyo, but the challenge from Jude Bellingham is outstanding for a number 10. To have a proper right-back-like challenge like that, excellent stuff. And he's last man too, because he has to get it right. Because Semenyo beats Jude, he's going for goal. Renki onto the left-hand side, finding Gideon Mensah. Mensah picks his head up for an outrageous switch here. Oh, lovely first touch. Can he get the strike away? It's off target. Marvin Senaya. It's fullback to fullback. Outstanding stuff there. Much better from Ghana. Gideon Mensah, that is outstanding in terms of a pass. He picks his head up. It's a sweeping, long diagonal. Four people in it's Marvin Senaya who breaks his neck to make his run into the box. Great challenge though by Jet Spence. Jude Bellingham tries to replicate. That's an outstanding pass, but slightly overhit there for Gordon, and even someone with Gordon's pace can't get there first. Gordon does well to try and track this run. This touch is really good, but Jet Spence does so well to get back. Excellent stuff there by Marvin Senaya. And that's why Jet Spence is in the team. He's a defense first wing, right back, or left back rather, full back. Well, Carlos Queiroz will be giving tick marks to all his players so far. Good job as a collective. You have shut England down. And you're showing a bit more threat. Are you putting the pressure on Mark Gahey, but unfairly according to the ref? Here's Elliot Anderson. Finds Reece James. Ezri Konza, Jude Bellingham, starting from a very deep position. I'm not sure whether or not Elliot Anderson, Jude Bellingham and Declan Rice need to be that high up, that deep in the pitch. Don't have to be between the two centre-halves. They're very much capable of trying to find the passes themselves. I want to see a bit more adventure from the likes of, exactly, look, Mark Gahey carries the ball all the way forward and Elliot Anderson is just playing a very reserved role here. It's almost just filling in for Mark Gahey in case they lose the ball, but ideally he should push up the pitch too. Try and just drag that Ghanaian defensive line slightly up the pitch. Rice takes it quickly here. Madueke. Oh, poor there. My goodness me. Noni Madueke. His final ball, his final pass is atrocious. That's a 2-yarder, man. Look at Declan Rice. He wants to throw an arm or just swing at Madueke. He's done the right thing. He's taken a quick free kick. He's identified that England need a quick tempo start. You've missed absolutely nothing, my friend. Kane has got one more touch and he gave the ball away. Jude Bellingham tracks the run of Antoine Semenyo all the way back. Brilliant slide challenge. He drives with the ball, gives it to Kane, and Kane in midfield gives it away immediately. That's the only contribution Harry Kane has made in the second half. No joke. If I was Jude Bellingham, I would be swinging. You're a better man than I am, Jude. Same thing with Declan Rice and Noni Madueke. Declan Rice, if that was not his Arsenal teammate, he's probably throwing hands later on. But what Ghana have done is they've realized that England ain't for shit. They are all huff and puff and nothing else. They've been progressing a lot better. And now, we saw that fullback to fullback, Gideon Mensah found an outrageous ball to Marvin Senaya, who did really well to chest it down, but Jet Spence on the cover did very well to defend that situation. Ghana have grown in confidence. They've not played so much any better, but they've realized it's a mentality shift. They've realized they can push up the pitch if need be. They have to keep their strategy going, but frustrate England as much as possible. Caleb Urenki goes crunching into Jordan Pickford there. I think that's the first bit of action that Pickford has had in the match. Yeah, Urenki was offside. Again, Elliot Anderson needs to be further up the pitch here. He does not need to be here. Just point is they can push the line up here. They've been very conservative. Anderson is just getting needless kicks out of Jordan Ayew. Exactly. Ghana looking confident. They've realized that England ain't shit. They can comfortably deal with these guys. if the ball even... Look, I know what Thomas Tuchel is trying to do, right? He's trying to play those short, sharp passes and immediately look for the switch on to the opposite wing. But even if they do manage that quick switch out, the Ghanaian fullbacks know that, yeah, neither one of these wingers really do frighten me. They can get the better of me in terms of pace, but after that, I mean, you're looking at bog standard stuff. Again, it's Jude Bellingham trying to make his way into the box. The English wingers are pretty much a foil, like, that's it. In terms of just drawing pressure and pushing the defensive line back. Harry Kane trying to get Kwasi Sibo booked here. Kane has no right to be frustrated, man. He's been the frustrating player. Opoku doing really well. Just steps across there. Jude Bellingham making yet another menacing run in that half space into the box. Here's Madueke. Just what? What? Oh my goodness me, man. 50 million quid. Just awful. These English wingers, I mean, England going far in this tournament. Ha! Give me a break. These wingers are diabolical. I mean, this is such a bad representation of the Prem too, man. The whole world is watching. And they're like, these are your Premier League wingers, 50 million for Madueke, 70 million for Gordon. Look at the shit they're serving up here, man. This is atrocious. I mean, surely Bukayo Saka on one leg is better on that right wing, man. That cross, I mean, the fact that there were 4 Ghanaian players and 1 Harry Kane should have been a deterrent enough. And after that, he puts that ball into the box. Terrible. These are almighty stinkers that both English wingers are dropping here. And nothing's changed with Harry Kane either. It's not like he's taking any more responsibility. He's not even dropping into midfield. He's just coasting around. A light jog. The best way to describe this Harry Kane performance. Look at him. Only his one good game a month happened last week. This is much better. Look at Jet Spence go. Gordon. It's Jude Bellingham. Noni Madueke. Deflection. Well blocked. It would have been very cruel for Ghana to concede in that manner. But England stepping it up now. It's Gordon with the strike. Weak. Straight at Benjamin Asare. It's the first real save that he's had to make. But England finally stepping up. And it's the usual suspects that are making it count. Jude Bellingham, Declan Rice, Jet Spence on that left-hand side. They're making things happen for England. Jordan Ayew. Mark Gahey is a tough proposition to get around. Jordan Ayew, no spring chicken. This was the Madueke effort. As I mentioned, it would have been so cruel if that went in. Because Madueke's shot was never going to trouble the goalkeeper. So for that to deflect and squirm in would have been a typical England goal to score in this game where they've struggled so much. The Ghana dagger would be hilarious, but wouldn't be surprising. The way the game's gone, especially the second half where, England are supposed to get much better in the second half. Harry Kane, another touch, by the way. Make that 8. We're counting here. We're counting the Kane touches. Madueke tries to go on the outside. Jerome Opoku does very well. Anderson. Thomas Tuchel, it's time for subs. This cannot carry on, surely. Declan Rice gets caught on the ball. Nice play there by Caleb Urenki. And now Inaki Williams on the right-hand side. Jet Spence is rapid. Gets back into position quickly, but they keep the danger alive. Oh, Jude, that's a foul, ref. Oh, he continues. Clearly might have gotten the ball. No complaints there by Urenki either. Look at Jude, man, making the overlap on the left-hand side. Inspirational performance. Look at fucking Gordon, man. Oh, my goodness me. I would be throwing hands. I'm throwing hands, guys. These 2 wingers, they're not serious players. Gordon, after that shit performance, to do that, to try and get out of danger. You are not a serious footballer. Finding Jude Bellingham. That's it. That's what the wingers need to do here. Just give it to the better players. You guys ain't it. You be the foil. You be the one to be the distraction. Manny, I'm not sure. Watch Gordon light up in La Liga, man. He'll get numbers. That's what Barcelona wants. Somebody to press down that left-hand side, take the attention of Lamine Yamal and Rafinha. But if he's trying to be the main man here, he is not leading an attack into anything. Again, as a third option, fourth option striker, forward player, fair play. I mean, I want to say, who's been worse, man? Gordon or Madueke? I mean, even Gordon there, he's going to get a foul to it, but look at where he struck the ball. He's just got rid of the ball and hoping that he gets fouled. And he's just taken the bait there, Williams. It's really poor because Gordon's just kicking that away. It's going and troubling no one, and England are getting an opportunity to put the ball into the box. And I don't even care about England, Gotham. That's the thing. It's just when I see awful play from quote-unquote the best league in the world and stuff like that, that's what makes me angry. Declan Rice delivers. Free header from the far stick. Oh, Ghana, that is poor. You cannot be doing that. Elliot Anderson having acres of space at the back stick. Declan Rice making things happen again. Ghana, that is very poor. You cannot be giving him that kind of space, but good work there by Kwasi Isibo. Again, no pens and no free headers from Ghana's point of view in the box. It's only 2 remits. I swear, man, I can feel that England jammy goal coming in. Via deflection too, just watch. England are stepping it up here, but it's the pressure rather than the actual quality of football. Declan Rice to deliver. This is what gets Arsenal fans off their seat. It's Elliot Anderson again with the header well off target. England have thrown their best punch for 60 minutes and has resulted in a grand total of nothing. Couple of Declan Rice efforts over the crossbar and an Elliot Anderson header well over the crossbar. These guys seem like Arsenal fans to me because they were way too up for a corner. Terrible. Again, what does Morgan Rogers solve? What does Rashford solve? Saka, I can understand. He is more of a creative winger, even though he doesn't have the pace and athleticism, but he can thread those clever passes. But again, who's going to make that run with Harry Kane? Make those defense stretching runs? Or are you continuing to rely on Jude Bellingham? Here's Gordon. Kane. Oh, that's a cruncher. That is a cruncher challenge. It's going to be a yellow card for Thomas Partey. And that's the first time I'm seeing Thomas Partey in the second half too. And no surprise, it's for a hacking challenge. I'm surprised he's survived a yellow card. I mean, that is... If you've blown that whistle for a foul, that's got to be a yellow card. Oh, it's not a yellow card because the studs are not showing. That's a very good call there from the ref. That is not a yellow card challenge, but it is a foul. Time for a Reece James free kick. Not from this angle. He could deliver this one into an interesting area. Again, Declan Rice is on top of every free kick and set piece. We saw today where Cristiano Ronaldo delegated to a fullback. Nuno Mendes ended up finding the bottom corner. Declan Rice in no mood to delegate. Reece steps away. Rice looking to find the fast stick here with the clip pass. Easy stuff. Elliot Anderson with the strike. Gordon. Oh, they get lucky. Madueke. That was... I mean, I didn't even get my voice up. I get... sometimes being a commentator, I anticipate shots that find its way. So I get ready. I brace myself. As soon as that ball fell to Noni Madueke, just saved my voice. Just terrible, man. This is just awful technique. He's leaning back. That's just enough said. Ajite with a long punt forward. Declan Rice with a header. That's a definite foul. Has Rice been booked yet? I don't I mean, Carlos Queiroz is asking the question, is that because Rice has already been booked? I think Rice has been booked, before. He did make the challenge, and that is a high-ish arm. England making a double substitution with Bukayo Saka and Nico O'Reilly coming on. Ghana making a double substitution themselves. It looks like Prince is one of the players that are coming on. Slander for Tommy tactics. I mean, I like these two changes. I do like Saka and O'Reilly coming on. Again, if he had brought someone like Morgan Rogers or Marcus Rashford on, you just say, yep, he's losing his mind. But these are two good changes. And not just some subs, it's the right subs. Because O'Reilly on the left-hand side, natural left back. He can take off either James or Gordon's coming off. Interesting, which means Madueke shifts to the left-hand side. Yep, Jet Spence comes off. Looks like Reece James is going to play 90 minutes again. Yay. Tuchel, your love for Reece is going to kill us. Well, Prince Adu is one of the players coming on. Who's the number 7? Abdul Fatawu coming on, replacing Inaki Williams. I'm surprised Suleimana hasn't come on for Ghana, but Williams and Ayew off. Fatawu and Adu on. So Fatawu, I think, plays for Leicester City. Remember him playing as the left wing. Might be wrong. Might have some other player in my mind, but possibly. But Jordan Ayew, yep, time's up for you, Unc. That was a tough performance. You suffered a whack to the head as well. Double substitution for Ghana and a double substitution for England. O'Reilly and Saka on. Change in dynamics on that left and right-hand side. O'Reilly and Madueke, both left-footers. Now a bit more directness, a bit more deliveries into the box. I can see England's left wing being that enforcer, like push forward and then the space opening up for someone like Bukayo Saka. Or alternatively, Saka drawing all the attention and then Madueke or O'Reilly sneaking at the back stick. Oh, decent here from Ghana. Oh, that might be a foul, and if that is a foul, oh, Jordan Pickford's got very lucky. I think Fatawu possibly might have gotten there first. Oh, it's Prince Adu rather. And Declan Rice having got there first, this is a good pass because he's onside. Oh, Pickford has not made any connection with the ball, man. He could be in real trouble. This is a red card. He has clattered Prince. He has not made contact with the ball. That's a red card, boys. What am I missing? That's a red. I mean, what am I missing here? That's a foul. The fact that he gave a foul and Pickford got the advantage, that is a shock. How the fuck have they let that carry on? I mean, I get goalkeepers get protection, but once you're out of the box... Okay, Prince didn't get the ball either, but you're right. Play continues. But that was a very fortunate bit for Jordan Pickford. Rush of blood to the head. And England having all the domination, just like that, could have ceded the advantage to Ghana. But man, this game needs... You're right. I mean, neither of them got the ball, so it's not really much of a talking point. It's fair game. It's Harry Kane, and it's an effort which is comfortably saved by Asare. 9th touch for Kane. It's first shot on target. Again, they get lucky in the way that it falls to Kane. Quick shift on his left. He's not going to bury that. Not in the form that he's been in. Tries to find the bottom corner. Struck it well. Here's Elliot Anderson. I mean, England have Panama next, right? I mean, that is, again, on paper, should be a walkover. Does Gordon start? I mean, he's dropped two terrible performances. And if Marcus Rashford once again comes off the bench and scores, surely Gordon doesn't start against Panama. Madueke now on the left-hand side. Finds Mark Gahey. Both centre-halves getting involved in this attack. Here's Bukayo Saka. He's up against Gideon Mensah. Saka goes backwards. Konsa. Anderson. Jude. Gahey. Everybody getting involved. Everybody getting touches. Gahey. O'Reilly. Could he have made more subs, Thomas Tuchel? Possibly. Madueke on the left-hand side, probably lucky to still be on the pitch, whips in a decent ball in, and it's Bukayo Saka, of all people, who gets his head up. But that's much better from Noni Madueke. I mean, I believe he's a much better left winger because instead of, being that jinky winger, he can just run down with his burst of acceleration and whip in a ball with his left foot first time. That was one of the examples. And compare that to the cross he put in with the other side where it was totally aimless. Correct term is stinkers. Gordon has had stinkers. Yeah, two back-to-back stinkers. If I think the low block is bad, Panama has a nasty defense. Their low block is premium haram ball. The big boos ring through, which means the hydration break. Normally, I'd be up in arms, but for this game, what's the difference? Maybe some of the ads are going to have a bit more excitement to it because England have played some terrible football, man. Certainly has to get better. Talked about always having a goal on the watchalongs. Think the boys, the streak is going to be broken. England have no ideas. None. Thomas Tuchel has something about him. He takes off Kane and brings on Ollie Watkins. It sends a wrong... And I hear Gary Neville and all talk about, Declan Rice and Harry Kane have to start every game. They cannot be taken off. I mean, come on. Give it a rest. I mean, yeah, the old adage, we can have a stinker and score a goal in the last minute. No, man, you cannot let the game drift into a chance because it's 0-0 now. The game is there to be won. Exactly. Foden, terrible form. Again, Foden in this deep block, not the solution for me. He's a turn and shoot kind of guy. Something like Morgan Rogers in terms of the solution he offers. Cole Palmer, man, again, no bias, but Cole Palmer, deep block, chip balls into the channels. There's been nothing like that from the number 10s here today. Bukayo Saka's come on. He's capable. Left-hand side is where all the attacks have died for England. Ghanaian fans are very much enjoying it. I cannot imagine a single English fan enjoying this performance, man. They're trying to put on a big smile on their face when the camera pans to them. Harry Kane has not dropped a bead of sweat. Look at him. Look at Jude Bellingham's shirt. And look at Harry Kane. Fresh. Good stuff this from Thomas Tuchel. He's taking off Eberiche. He's bringing on Eberiche Eze and Morgan Rogers. So both number 10s are coming on. Bellingham's coming off. And this is a right move, man. Bellingham does not deserve to be on this pitch for no other reason, but he should not be associated at full time with these guys not getting a goal. He tried everything in his power. He got no help, no support. His wingers are terrible. His forward was lifeless. Jude Bellingham, no help kind of performance. And that's the thing, right? England very easily can go on and win this game, and they say, you know what, take off Jude and suddenly you start scoring goals. No, man. That cannot be the narrative that ends up happening. Look, He's become more adventurous. He brought on two more number 10s in Morgan Rogers and Eberiche Eze. Who's the other player that got taken off? Elliot Anderson, right? So it looks like Declan Rice will be the deepest of players. And two number 10s now. 4-1-4-1. That's the formation. Yep. Looks like it by the looks of it. Two number 10s in Eze and Rogers. Two wingers in Saka and Madueke. And Declan Rice holding the fort in midfield. Here's O'Reilly. This has been a vintage England performance. Yep. Just like their food. Here's Gehi. Bukayo Saka immediately draws two players. Morgan Rogers. Now they've got more players to link. I feel for Jude, man. He should have been him and Morgan Rogers playing together, or him and Eberiche Eze. He needs some ballers to link up with. Good defending there by, who's number 18? Yep, Jerome Opoku. Centre half pushing in the wide areas. England have a corner. When I look at Kane, why do I get angry, boys? Explain it to me. Is it just this performance or just in general? Look at Declan Rice as well. He's red. He's put in his heart and soul in terms of performance. And then you see Harry Kane, slick back hair. He'll end up scoring the goal and all will be well. But Madueke should not be on that right-hand side ever again. Not to jinx, but this kind of performance has been a clinic. This is a Carlos Queiroz masterclass. We associate him with the off-the-ball stuff. And Madueke on that right-hand side, every time he's gone out to die. And this point for Ghana is just priceless, man. They would have probably marked this down as a loss, before the World Cup. But 15 minutes to go. Yeah, it hasn't been backs against the wall either. Exactly. They've been comfortable. How many saves has Benjamin Asare really made? That Kane shot that was, possibly angling into the corner. Again, didn't have any sort of venom on it. That is a cynical foul by Harry Kane, mind you. That should be a yellow card. And why not be negative? Why would they play? Give them space. You don't want to give, for all their faults, you don't want to give Gordon, Madueke and Jude Bellingham a bit of, even a little bit of space to play. So why would they? Kane dropping in. He's got runners on both sides. They're like, fuck that. We're just going to drop deep and try and break us down. And if you do, fair play. If you tell us before the game that, we would lose 1-0 to the number 4 side in the world, probably take it. But 0-0, fantastic. They've got Suleimano on the bench too. I would love to see him get a run around on that left-hand side. A couple of the Ghanaian players. That is a terrible patchwork on Caleb Urenki. He's got something sticking out there. Surely a decent enough plaster, no? Maybe some elite technology. Ooh, careful. Again, so far so good from Ghana. They rode their luck against Panama and got the winner late on. They've got the foundation here. Under 15 minutes away, and they've kept England at arm's length with relative ease. Saka getting pushed off the ball. That's a foul. Again, critical that Ghana just keep their heads. Don't get too desperate. Here's Mark Gehi. Madueke finds Eberiche Eze. Eze gets moved off the ball by Fatawa with ease. Oh, that's terrible. And that's a clever looking pass. Prince Adu's through on goal. Prince Adu! Oh, great challenge. And on the follow-up, there's a chance for Semenyo and it's cleared off the line. And then the offside flag has been raised belatedly. Ooh, there was a chance there, boys. Prince Adu, having got there, that first touch was terrible. Ezri Konza on the slide and Mark Gehi doing enough. Again, is that not a foul by Ezri Konsa? What am I missing here, guys? He's gone lunging in, nowhere near the ball. How's that not a pen? I mean, he's got jumping in. That Konsa, that's a pen, right? Like, he's gone jumping in. He's not got any contact on the ball. He's gone lunging in, man. He's got none of the ball, at least from that angle. That is a pen. What am I missing? I mean, even VAR, somebody's got to have a look because the player's got control of the ball. And Konsa just goes jumping in. That is so reckless. What am I missing here, boys? That is a scandalous call. Here's Noni Madueke on the left-hand side, finding Mark Gahey. I mean, they're not even showing us replays. No VAR. I mean, this is pretty blatant stuff. Here's Konsa. It's a lucky boy. Finding Mark Gahey. It's Gahey now looking to unlock the defense, and that's when you know your team have just completely run out of ideas. I have nothing wrong with defenders putting balls into the box. It should be Reece James or Nico O'Reilly, but when your centre half start doing that, that's when you know as a team we have run out of ideas. Ghana didn't appeal as well. Exactly. The thing is, you are encouraging diving because he has every right to go down here, Prince Adu. Look! How is that not a pen? Fuck off! What am I missing? And he's so lucky as well because Prince Adu's strike comes off Semenyo. How are they not checking it, man? It is so bad, the challenge. In that angle, it's even worse. At full speed, it's terrible. That's a yellow card. That's a pen. I'm probably missing something. Probably gets the ball from the other side or... Yeah, I'm lost. Again, it's Mark Gahey looking for diagonal switches. Finding Bukayo Saka. Doesn't have the acceleration, but does have the determination, and he gets the free kick. It looks like England's best opportunity or best hope really is a set piece here. Real indictment that the champions of England and England in general pretty much just rely on set pieces. Sad state of affairs. How are Ghana not appealing for any of these? I'm in shock, man. I have no idea. They probably knew. They were probably told by Carlos Queiroz before the game that don't expect them to give you the decisions over England. Dude, look at him, the way he lunged with his legs, man. Forget the clothesline. He goes lunging in. He's caught him on his quad and his knee. I mean, how much more contact do you need without making any sort of touch on the ball? Saka with the set piece. Terrible ball in, easy for Mensah. Konsa's header's terrible, and Gahey has to pick up a yellow card for that challenge, man. Come on, ref. He stops a counter-attack. Yes, it's deep territory, but it's a tug of the jersey. How is that not a yellow, man? What am I missing here? Boys! Rashford's coming on for Madueke. Yep, in no universe does Madueke deserve to be on the pitch for 90 minutes. Now, I'm not Rashford's biggest fan, but Rashford certainly deserves a go here because Madueke, Gordon, even Saka since coming on have served absolutely nothing. Eberiche Eze. Oh, that's a foul, is it? Yep, sure it is. Renke is probably saying the same thing. But Kane's never getting subbed, man. Probably has 10 touches in this match, but he's never subbing Kane off, man. It's pretty much like Ronaldo, isn't it? Good challenge. Good refereeing there. I was sure he's going to give that a foul. Finally, a bit of justice. Not even justice, just good refereeing. This is all-out attack. Well, it should be. It should have been a long, long time ago. The fact that it's about 7 plus stoppage time remaining. Boys, a 0-0 cannot happen on stream. The streak cannot be broken so early into the World Cup, man. This fucking England team. Shameless people. Here's Rashford. Terrible ball in. Tavo does well. He's up against Nico O'Reilly. That's a foul by Rashford. That's a poor foul by Rashford as well. He's got nowhere to go there. For Rashford to just go lunging in. He needs to track the run, but he's got no mood of tracking that run. Benjamin Asare. All the hype he would have heard pre-match. Kane has 15 touches. Not bad. Again, you will hear nothing about it in the media. Nothing. They make every excuse under the sun for him. Like, oh, he needs dynamic wingers. He needs cut-in wingers. He needs this number 10, that number 10, width from fullbacks. He is the one that drops in deep and makes England play. He hasn't even done that here today. He's literally just stood there like a statue. Ollie Watkins must be looking at this performance and like, fuck you guys, man. I'm out of here. Rashford with the ball in. Oh, good header. Rice. Saka. Saka again. Saka takes the long route. Saka! Good save! Brilliant by Asare. Much better there by Bukayo Saka. Does what Bukayo Saka is good at. Shift and shoot. Race to 20. Yeah. It's probably not even going to get that, man. Oh, everybody's busting a gut to make space. Kane lays it off to Rodgers. Reece James, decent ball in. It's a brilliant header by O'Reilly. Harry Kane blazes it over. That was the chance for Kane. O'Reilly's header comes off the post. Kane blazes over from point blank range. Ghana survive. Oh, how has he missed that? What a ball by Reece, man. Fullback to fullback. That should have been 1-0. Reece James, that is a special delivery. We talked about the back's post crashing from the left-hand side. Nico O'Reilly is on hand there. And the ball falls so kindly to Kane. And Kane, in typical Kane fashion, just balloons it over when the pressure is on the most. He chokes. O'Reilly's header, I thought that was going to be 1-0, man. He's got the leap on him. He's scored some big, big goals. And he thought that Thomas Tuchel has got it spot on. It's going to be a like-for-like substitution. Opong is on for Senaya. I think it's just right back for right back. Just running on fumes there, Marvin Senaya. James could play for any team in the world. What an elite player. 100%. And the thing is, he can play in any position as well. He's just a total footballer, man. He just is. He's just not supposed to be doing touchline shifts anymore, but he's got everything that you need in a locker. And defensively as well, Antoine Semenyo, nothing. Just shut him down. He's had to try and have a run at him. Saka's look good. Tuchel is so lucky. That's exactly why he's going to be rinsing Reece James for 90 minutes throughout this tournament, man. That's my concern. England needing a result. Oh, Ghana on the counter-attack. Come on, make things happen. Oh, poor pass. Declan Rice. He's got an engine on him. Good football there by England. Is that Harry Kane there? It just is, isn't he? And look at him. He just tries to play that diag. Oh, man. Somebody has to throw hands on Harry Kane at full time, man. Somebody's got to be willing. If I was like Ivan Toney or something who knows that, he's never going to see the pitch, I would throw hands. Look at that, man. He dropped painfully deep and then In the bit of space, you want to continue playing football. He tries to hit this outrageous diagonal. And the attack just breaks. Here's Rashford. Terrible. Oh my goodness me, England. England have the best fullback pairing and the worst set of wingers, man, amongst the top sides. All four. I mean, I'm going to probably exclude Bukayo Saka from it. But Rashford, Gordon, Madueke, yeah. Forget about it. Look at this ball by Reece James. Who other England player, which other England player has put in a delivery like that? He's put it on a plate there for Nico Riley. And it falls so kindly to Kane, who blasts that over. I mean, Thomas Tuchel would be celebrating shamelessly if that ball went into the back of the net because of the timing of the goal. Looks like the streak will be broken here, boys, as Antoine Semenyo looks to make things happen here. Ezri Konsa! Oh, that's not a foul, ref. Compare Konsa's challenge on Prince Adu to what Antoine Semenyo has done in terms of a challenge. It's not the same. We're heading into 6 minutes of stoppage time. I think they've made 6 minutes mandatory by the looks of it, or a consistent number, because it's 3 minutes for hydration break and every sub is like has to be completed in 10 seconds. So they're trying to put a cap on the time added on. By the looks of it, can't be 6 every time. Good challenge there again, immediately on Saka. That's the right way to defend against Bukayo Saka. Nice play there by Declan Rice between the lines to Morgan Rogers on the right-hand side. A bit of space opening up here. Rice continues his run. Declan Rice floats it in for Harry Kane. He's not there. Well defended by Ghana. It's a corner for England. McTominay versus Brazil. What time is it? Is it tonight? There's no way I can do it tonight. If tomorrow it's at a decent time, I'm going to have a look at... I probably might do after this corner. Have a look at the schedule. That'll be a nice game. Two different styles. Harry Kane does not have a bead of sweat on him, and that cannot happen after 91 minutes of football, man. If you've played even 5 minutes, it's hectic out there. Oh, there's a chance there. Declan Rice's delivery is so dangerous, but it looks like that's the only way England can create. Balls in the box. Just put it into the mixer. Tony Pulis stuff. 11 p.m. BST. Yeah, I'm not going to see you for that game. That's probably like 4:30 or 5:30 a.m. I mean, if there's nothing better in terms of a game before that, I might tune in. Probably at full time, I'll just have a look at the schedule and let you know which of the games that I probably will be covering tomorrow. A double header today, certainly hectic. Here's Morgan Rogers. Looking to make things happen. Decent carry. Rashford looking to keep it in. Rashford with the ball in. It comes off the defender. It's a corner for England. 3:30. Oof. Is there anything better before that? Probably have a sleep and then wake up at 3 a.m. to do this game. But only if there's nothing better before that. There's some scrubby games. We might end up doing Scotland-Brazil tomorrow. Probably might end up doing it. Love the game, boys. Love the game, but no nil-nils. Rice delivers. Ooh, as he keeps it alive. The header's on target. It's cleared off the line. England are throwing the kitchen sink. It was Mark Gay's header. Didn't have the pace on it. Morocco, Haiti? No way. That's out. What else? What's the other game? Got 3 minutes remaining of stoppage time. Ghana deserve a draw, man. They absolutely deserve a draw. A point helps both teams really to keep their qualification. England will top the group pretty much because I expect them to beat Panama and be on 7 points. Yeah, not doing Morocco, Haiti. That's not happening. Might end up being an absolute cracker of a game though. We'll see. 3:30 Brazil, Scotland. Might end up doing that. We'll see. Carlo Ancelotti. Guys, have you been checking out the Endrick and Ancelotti jokes on Twitter? It's just magnificent. I love Twitter. It's just sensational. Bosnia versus Qatar. Oh, I guess it's going to be Scotland versus Brazil. Might end up just skipping tomorrow altogether. We'll see. Depends on the sleep requirements. Ooh, Saka, it might drop here kindly. I mean, for these criminals to not score a goal and the time to be 3:30 a.m. is just a special place in hell for these guys. And no surprise that my boy Reece James, who tried his best to make things happen, the only real moment of quality in the box. Other than that, the wingers, terrible. Harry Kane, shocking. 90 seconds remain, and the streak, boys, will be broken. We've seen goals on the watchalongs. The first game that we have done to tonight, the England fans have crossed their fingers. This is some desperate stuff. Oh, Abdul Baba Rahman. It's the Ian Wright meme, isn't it? Seeing him turn up for Ghana in 2026 is outstanding stuff. Come on. Gotta keep that clean sheet now. Declan Rice's delivery. It's cleared away comfortably. And they get the foul. Good stuff. Thomas Partey wins the foul. Well, Ghana have done an excellent job. But they haven't been pushed to the brink. They haven't been pushed to the limits by England by any stretch of the imagination. Poor performance, really, from a lot of the England players. Harry Kane has to top that list, doesn't it? Just a horrific performance from him. You won't hear anything about that in the media, though. That's for sure. Be well coddled, well protected. Just say it's an off day. His performance against Croatia wasn't good either. I mean, should have missed that pen. Yes, the keeper was off his line, and then scored from a corner. That was it. England, man, of all the teams, we watched Canada and Bosnia play. We've seen Mexico and South Africa play, and they've delivered goals. And look at these criminals. Terrible. It's 0-0 as the referee blows the full-time whistle at the Gillette Stadium. England have served up a shower of shit here. Carlos Queiroz and his men can be so proud of that performance. It's a deserved point for Ghana, and they weren't even troubled that much. We talked about Harry Kane not breaking sweat. Yes, they've had to ride their luck a little bit. That Kane chance was certainly the best one after Nico O'Reilly's header came off the post. But that would have been a cruel way for them to concede. Ghana, the Super Eagles, well, they deserve that point. Well, how shocking that it's England that breaks the streak. These frauds. Never take them seriously. But the doubleheader comes to an end. At least Portugal delivered us 5 goals. We got Cristiano Ronaldo with a brace. But these criminals from England, they do what they do best. Just suck the life out of this one. But boys, thank you so much again for tuning in. I absolutely appreciate it, lads. Again, tomorrow it's going to be a maybe, maybe not. If I do tune in, it might be for the Scotland-Brazil game. But if I do tune in for that game, do know that my sleep schedule is absolutely cooked. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe not, maybe so. See you guys.